What is up, Shop Nation? Today we're going to do a shop update. I'll take you around the shop, show you what's new. You may notice that the video quality is a little bit better than normal. And more importantly, the sound quality is a lot better. That's because I've upgraded to a DSLR camera and a Rode mic. So going forward, hopefully the video quality and sound quality is going to be So I'm going to start on this side of the shop just like I did with the first shop video I did. This corner largely looks the same. There's not a whole lot changing here. This is an easy place for junk to accumulate, and this will eventually change. I know for sure I want to put my table saw sled in this location and maybe some straight edges and things like that I use for layout and on the table saw. This beauty behind me is my drill cabinet that I made. This is going to be an upcoming video. It's pretty standard on this side. There's a lot of different designs out there that I kind of copied. But this side is actually a cabinet that's going to store all of my drill bits. My thought process is I'm going to make this a one-stop shop for anything having to do with drilling. And this is going to relocate as well. This is going to be closer to the drill press, which we'll get to in a minute. I have some really cool ideas for this that I haven't seen in other builds, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that one. Directly next to the drill station is my locker, and it's still full of stains and finishing supplies. This is probably going to change as well until I get my cabinets built. This is kind of how it sits. I do think a big Shop Nation logo would be pretty cool there. We'll see. And another unchanged part of my shop is the location of my toolbox. Of course, we did 2 videos on this where I went through, organized my toolbox, and then we used fast cap Kaizen foam to organize the drawers, which turned out really cool. I even did labels on all the drawers, and so far it's working out great. If you haven't checked those videos out, be sure to check them out. This is still kind of a mess. It's a flat surface, so it collects things, so I need to do something with this. Again, my excuse, at least that I'm telling myself, is that until I have the cabinets, which are going to be on the other side of the wall, I just don't have anywhere to put stuff. One of the biggest changes to my shop so far is that I took away the shelf that used to sit here. Now, if you remember, that shelf was full of bins, which was in turn full of stuff. So I'm trying to declutter the shop and make it more user-friendly. A lot of that went in the attic. Other stuff got repurposed into the workbench, which you all should have seen by now, right? So it freed up some space for me to place my new drill press and my new bandsaw. Now, these were recent additions as of Christmas. You've probably seen me use them in some videos, and they've been great. This is a Wen 15-inch floor standing drill press. I'll have links to both the drill press and the bandsaw if you're interested. I got this one from Home Depot and I got this one from Amazon. Both are available on Amazon if you're interested. This drill press has been great. It's a pretty solid built variable speed drill press, which is what I was looking for. The bandsaw is a 2-speed bandsaw made by ShopFox. It's almost identical to the Grizzly version. This has cast iron wheels. It has a lot of the things that the upgraded Grizzly machine had, which is why I chose this one. This is a 14-inch bandsaw. Still needs a little bit of adjustment, and I had a warranty claim upon receiving, but it's built extremely well and it's been very reliable so far. So as we pan over, you can see that where my bandsaw is sitting now is where that mound of outdoor furniture was sitting. We have since finished the pool, so that furniture was able to be moved back outside where it belongs, and it freed up this corner of the shops to now I have access to my exterior door. It's amazing how much space you have when you don't have it and then you get it back. So if you have a shop with some dead space, really consider how much space you actually have. One thing I'm still toying with, which I don't really know, and maybe some feedback from you all would help, is the orientation of the bandsaw and the drill press. Now, where they are now, I can pretty much do everything that I've done up to now, but if I wanted to rip a long piece, obviously I'm going to run into the wall. Now, the bandsaw is easy enough to maneuver where I can just kind of swing it around if I had to do a longer piece. But the question that I pose to the community is, do you normally set up your bandsaw like this or in the other orientation? I don't really know. So moving along the wall away from the door, we have my small window and fishing poles that are eventually going to move because they're covered in sawdust. Not very useful. And then all along behind me is storage. I have pool chemicals, I have generators, I have gas tanks, I have a car jack, things that don't really belong in this workshop. But what I mentioned before is that, especially the generators, is I'm going to disguise them inside of a piece of shop furniture so that you don't look at it. I do need them, and they are going to stay in the shop, but we can cleverly disguise them. So this is the dirty little secret of my shop. I basically moved the mess from the shelf that was over there I've consolidated some of it and moved it here. So I haven't really eliminated the problem. It's like people consolidating their debt and proud of themselves because they think they've done something. You didn't really do anything. So obviously this is gonna change. This is the little shop table that I made at my last house. It's really just here for storage right now. It's going to get taken apart and taken out of the shop. It doesn't fit with what I want to do in the space. If you've seen the workbench build, you know that this is really not up to snuff with what that turned out to be. So in this corner, underneath this weird shape on the ceiling, I'm gonna put a second dust collection system, which is gonna service the miter station and potentially one or two other outlets along. I haven't really planned that out to that degree of detail yet. But in the meantime, it's gonna hold junk. So from the junk corner, we are now on the big wall in the shop, and this is going to be a lot of cabinets. This is going to be probably the next biggest build after the workbench build that we've already done. Unfortunately, I've got a couple projects lined up in front of that, but we will get to it. It's going to have a full row of uppers, full row of lowers, it's going to have a miter saw station, it's going to have a couple other little goodies built in. And I'm going to finish it similar to the way we did the workbench so that it all kind of ties together. As you can see, it's a place to store crap. I've actually just done a lot of cleaning, so this is the clean state. It really sucks not having a place for my miter saw. And I've got a lot of new additions that have yet to find a home. I've got a wall fan that we're gonna mount on the wall, obviously, and give some circulation in the shop once it gets hot. It gets hot. I also got a dehumidifier. I mentioned that's gonna be a future project. And what you're saying, dehumidifier in the garage isn't necessarily gonna work, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna do some testing. Another great new tool that I have yet to use is a 12-inch Delta disc sander, link in the description. I can't wait to use this because it's gonna be so nice just coming up, and I'm not sure what I was doing there, but it's a sanding motion, I think. Anyway, it's gonna be cool. That is gonna be mounted somewhere on the tabletop on the cabinets yet to build. So making our way right along, I have a temporary pile of wood. This was in way worse shape than it is right now. It's at least organized by size. But these are all the offcuts and scraps. You and I know we're gonna need at some point, so why get rid of them? So another future video is gonna be a wood organization system, which is gonna be over here, which I'll talk about here in a minute. So this, I'm sure you all recognize, is my air compressor setup with my Shopzilla hose reel. If you haven't watched that video, check it out. There's some safety tips and even some 3D printing in that one. Now, but the stand has worked great. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. It's not the prettiest, so I have decided that I'm gonna face it off with something a little bit nicer. The 2x6s are functional, but they don't really fit with, again, what I'm going for, so I'm gonna make it look cool. But having it raised up off the floor and easy to drain has made that task so much easier. And the hose reel is awesome. Anytime I'm doing finish nailing stuff, reel it out, use it, or reel it back in. So very happy with this. This is a Husky 5-gallon air compressor. I will link that in the description. Got it from Home Depot. This is currently the extremely inconvenient location of my table saw sled. Again, I want to relocate this to the other wall over here where I'm going to have a lot of area. It's flat and it doesn't take up much depth, but it takes up quite a bit of area. So having to move this every single time, usually out of the way of something else, is getting annoying. And this channel is all about functionality and shop awesomeness, and that is not okay in this shop. So that brings us full circle to the front of the garage again. Garage door is right here. This is the area where the lumber cart is gonna go. Again, future project, it's gonna happen. Right now it's just some more storage. I've got one more box of Kaizen foam that I still need to put in the toolbox. I've got an offcut scrap of plywood, and other than that, there's not much else going on in this corner. And of course, I'm sure you're all familiar with the workbench, which is turning out really handy. I use the storage all the time. The dust collection is so handy to have, which automatically kicks on anytime I use my table saw. Haven't got a chance to use a paper yet, but I know that's gonna be useful. The complete build series for this workbench is on my channel, which again, you've probably watched, but if you're new to the channel, check it out. It's really cool. Hopefully you get some good ideas for your shop. Another past project is the Wen air filter, which is working really good. You could tell by the filter that it's definitely picking up something. And I've noticed a distinct difference in the amount of cleanup I have to do versus when I did not have it or when I don't run it. So anytime I'm in here doing anything, really, I always try to have it on. There's really not a whole lot of background noise. I have nothing but good things to say so far. I don't have emphysema yet, so if that's an indicator, I guess it's working. But I do need to get some new filter elements for that. Shop maintenance, bummer. If you've not already done so, I did a video where I reviewed it and installed it. So check that out if you're interested. The very last thing I want to mention is the floor. I talked about this in the first video. If you did not watch that video, it's a Rust-Oleum Professional Series epoxy coating, which again is different from the standard. The standard is a water-based. This is a polymer base. This is way better. I highly recommend it. Links will be in the description, but this floor has really held up great. I've had it for about a year now and has suffered some serious abuse. I mean, I've been moving machinery around, I've been dropping tools, I've got stain on it, I've got all kinds of things, and it's holding up beautifully. It's also extremely easy to sweep. So if you're looking for a solution for your floors, check out this product. It also just looks really cool. That about wraps up the state of my shop as it currently sits. We're about 6 months into this journey. I started the channel October of 2017. It is now March of 2018, so about 6 months right on the dot. Yes, there's been progress, and yes, it could have been faster, but I'm just a normal guy like most of you out there. I have a full-time job, I have a family, I have other projects. This is the realistic pace at which I can release videos and share content with you guys. But between releasing the last video and this video, we've gone from 247 to over 500 subscribers. So we've doubled just about every video, which is awesome, and it is amazing to hear because I'm going to continue putting out great content. So stay tuned. I have some really cool projects coming up. So thank you again for watching. If you're interested in upcoming content, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to comment on anything in my shop that you think needs to be different or you have an opinion on, I'd like to hear it. And for any of you out there going along the same path as I'm going on, know that shop greatness is not a destination, but a journey. Just got real philosophical on you right there. I'll see you guys next time.